I think it's instructive to answer your question by trying to get in the investor's head and find out how much an entrepreneur really needs to raise. And today I want to talk about the actual amount of capital that's being considered being raised by the entrepreneur and what our investors really look for. First of all, the amount of money being raised is a pretty good indicator of how much the entrepreneur thinks the company is really worth. The thing I find most interesting is how the company arrived at that number. What our funding sources want to know is where they're going to spend the money. Can they do it for less? What would the company do if they had a little bit more money? Secondly, the question is how much money should be raised. The answer is the right amount of money to reach sufficient milestones. If all goes well, the money invested will be used to drive all sorts of risks out of the business. Will it be used to take the company to cash flow positive? Will it be used to pay down existing debt? If they don't know exactly what their capital needs are, they raise too much money early on, they could be selling off too much of the company for too little capital. Third, if too little money is raised, the company may run out of cash before the business is proven enough sufficiently to raise additional capital. In other words, raising too little money can be fatal. Fourth, companies should leverage early stage venture money to drive up the value of the company. So the next time the company fundraises, they'll be able to bring in larger amounts of money while suffering smaller amounts of dilution, which is very important for management teams and the company itself. Unfortunately, the perfect amount of money to be raised is not always obvious, and the question of why the company is raising money is very important. So when the entrepreneur is going out to raise more money or add-ons, they have to be prepared to know exactly how much money they're hoping to raise and why. We welcome questions from our investors and entrepreneurs when they're preparing to engage. They can call us at the Capital MatchPoint because ultimately we're interested in finding successes for our investors.